Virgo.
Hello Virgo, this is your forecast for August 2014, and we have some wonderful, great news for you here this month. There's a lot of shifts going on, and it is a month where you're going to feel a lot more, should I say, social on the one hand, catching up with friends and whatnot, doing those things you love to do. It's going to be an active month here within groups and organizations and so forth. Also reaching for your hopes and dreams. And a part of these dreams are also by, shall I say, wanting to find a little bit more personal space and time for yourself. This is because you got several planets now going on in your 12th house this month, which is more like wanting to be a little bit more behind the scenes rather than up front and in the centrum of things going on. And but we have aspects this month which is really calling in for positive change. We know that there has been a lot of tests going on here ever since that last year and throughout the beginning here of 2014, but now what we're seeing is Jupiter has changed signs. What this is going to do for you, Virgo, right now here is that it is coming out of this very expansive state where you might have felt ever since summer of last year too that you were not just expanding and growing within the areas of groups and organizations, being more busy to and fro, should I say, but also connecting new contacts and really pouring out all this energy. Jupiter right now is going to give you a little hiatus, a little bit more rest up. It's going to tie you closely and dynamically to dream time. When I say dream time, you're going to be paying more attention to what it is you want to do in the long run. So for a whole year now, Jupiter is going to be running in the background, your subconsciousness, and sifting through so it can come out next year into your first house, starting off a 12-year cycle, which then Jupiter is going to be visiting your sign. So what Jupiter is doing now is kind of like looking back over where have you been the last 12 years, what did you set out to do, and what have you now concluded. So it is just a very peaceful time, especially because your Sun and Mercury also is in the 12th house as your new moon this month, which is going to be on the 25th. Now this new moon is going to be quite special and very powerful. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we get further down into the month, because this new moon is going to be aspecting a whole lot of aspects. But let's look at Venus. Venus is in your 11th house, so that is for your friends. You might have dates set up throughout the month here to get together, visit with them. Venus has been busy with career all of last month, and now it just wants to kind of catch up with your friends. Mars is in the 3rd house for communication, but also travel. So some of you will see that you're going to be traveling this month. It could be, you know, various day trips coming up, but it could also be, you know, to neighboring cities. Not necessarily as much to foreign countries, though that can happen as well. But it's like wanting to keep it a little bit close so that you can come home and then rest up again. Communication is important, and you will see how you communicate and what you communicate is carrying a signature of something very deeply felt, emotionally and spiritually. Mars here, it has moved out of Libra, where it's been ever since December of 2013. And yes, it lingered back and forth over your value systems and what you felt you deserved and what you got and didn't get, and also looking over your financial situation. All that is wrapped up now. And Mars being in Scorpio, which was the old ruler of Scorpio, is comfortable here. It wants to go deep, it wants to be genuine, it wants loyalty, and I see how you're going to be placing that in front of you in your communication here in August, and especially when Mars and Saturn are going to meet up together in a conjunction, which will be a little bit later this month, here towards the end, and I'll talk more about what that is going to do for you. But then we're also seeing that the full moon here on the 10th, it's going to be in your 6th house for your day-to-day routines. It's setting up perhaps a new diet phase for you, and you will get the extra boost and support to actually stay on track with it. Some of you that started that last month, you will see the results of what it has done as you look into the 10th of this month, where I see that you're feeling really good, really great. Now, I've set up here on the side of the video here where you can see the playlists, and what you want to do, because of all the fantastic aspects we're just about to talk about, if you want to go in and listen to your partner's chart for this month, you will find it here on the playlist. You have all the sun signs, so you can always just come back into this video, find them right there for your convenience. Also, you'll see a little tab here where you can go in and listen to the latest updates. I will update that throughout the month as well. And also, if you haven't subscribed, it's quite easy to do so just from this button. But hey, listen, the month is starting off grand, and this is the 1st and 2nd of August. A lot of things taking place. Unexpected news. For you, it's going to come through some friend, and it might have to do with money owed to you. You might hear about that coming back to you. It could be royalties, commissions that you were promised earlier at some point, didn't happen, delayed for whatever reason. Well, news of that may be coming to you too from some group or organization as well. I see the money being received is coming to you at a good time when you could really need that extra, especially if you are going to be traveling. That will be more money in your hand to do so, and do it in a luxurious way. Now, also we have insight, news. It could be a telephone call, it could be an email or a text coming to you, which is really going to excite you August 2nd. Now, it is touching upon Jupiter, and Jupiter will expand things. And this, I'd like to say conjunction, I feel has a lot to do with what you have been working towards in the past. And now the insight is going to come, and it's really going to throw you for a good loop where you're going to feel that finally manifestation is at hand. You'll see how you're going to probably need to make some choices here on the very same day, August 2nd, because you probably were thinking you were going to go in this direction, but then here this news comes, so you're going to change a little bit of direction, but it's good. It's really good. Stay flexible right now. On the 7th, we got Mars and Neptune, and Mars is your direction, and Mars is direct. It is in Scorpio. It's in that 3rd house, so it's moving forward, and tying in with Neptune is your hopes and dreams. Did you just hear that thunder? Big storm outside. And Neptune being in your 7th house is your partner. So, something wonderful here today in the love and romance area coming together for you. It might be a proclamation of love in that sense. We have a beautiful trine. It might surprise you, take you way into the 8th of August. Also, more of that good stuff coming in. And so we're seeing how things now that might have been a little foggy earlier on in the earlier months, now starting to manifest. And apparently, it seems like it's coming together easily. You're not having to work that hard because all that hard work is already done. Now, some of this news might have you second guessing or questioning it, whether you could trust it. You know, is this for real? It sounds like too easy. You've been used to working so hard for it, but it's like, yes, by the 9th, at the end of the 9th, coming into the 10th, it looks like you've taken yourself through whatever doubts, self-doubts that you may have there. And seeing that, yes, this is definitely something that is here to stay. All right? Mars on the 15th with Pluto. Mars is your drive, your action, your goals. It being very on a fast-forward track now. Lining up with Pluto that has the ability to transform everything it touches. They have a very favorable and friendly aspect. And for you, this is going to be between your 3rd house and the 5th house. So this might have to do with travel for pleasure. If you're starting a new business, well, Pluto is in your 5th house for self-expression and creativity and projects that you may run or own. Mars giving it the green light here. It could also be your children. 5th house is also children, so there might be a new start in the beginning for one or more of them. In that case, they are not just doing great right now, but they have a great start that is going to help, you know, push them ahead, not just for now, but in the coming months. The luckiest day of not just the month, but of the entire year is on the 18th. So put a circle around that on your calendar. This is when Venus, the ruler of love, romance, and all those things that you desire, also money, is coming in here. And you'll see them on the night sky here, beautifully aligned to one another. If it's not cloudy here on this night, the 18th, all right? So this is also something that you want to circle in. Make sure you make the most out of it. Some of you might find that you might marry on this day or get engaged, or also some of you might become pregnant. Who knows? Now, the area for this taking place here for you will be in the 12th house. So that's your subconsciousness. It's what's happening behind the scene. You might be making some kind of commitment or promise or initiate something that may not be evident for everybody out there in the world yet. So if it's you and a partner, something romantic, it might be a commitment the two of you may make, but hold close to heart just a little bit longer before you're going to go out with it. Then we also have the 19th through the 21st. Well, here I see how you are initiating new contracts. Anything needing to be signed will be perfect on that 21st. Mercury and Pluto together here, really locking it in and showing that it is something that's potentially very, very powerful for you. But when we come to the best part of the month, this is on the 25th. So get your pen out or come back and re-listen to this forecast. If you're listening early on in July about August, come back in August. Listen to this. We have Venus, love and money, right? Now in a beautiful golden friendly trine to Uranus. So this is a surprise being bestowed upon you and powered up with news, unexpected news. And it is between Mercury and Mars, which has to do with your goals. It's like the gate is opening it and all the horses running. You are ready for this. And Mercury is not just giving you the news of it, but it's being backed by Saturn. Saturn is the anchor to tie it in, not just for now, but to tie it in for a long time to come here, Virgo. And all of these planets now are direct, so you can trust them. They're here, they're supportive. They're not acting up like they did here throughout, you know, top of the year and straight into last month. We are out in the open. We can trust the flow right now. So whatever's happening here on this day, let me tell you though, you want to be very aware, awake, conscious on the 25th. Mars, also your drive and your ambition, your goals, the men in your life, is also quite supportive, coming in here with Saturn too. And that will also lock in your direction. Whatever promise is made on this day has potential to have long-lasting outcomes. Saturn's also your own mastery. So if you're starting up anything here now, well, let me tell you though, it's a great time to start a business. It's a great time for you. Also, not the least, to look at communications, anything having to do with speaking arrangements. You could benefit highly from it. To any kind of talks, negotiations, or interviews, or reviews, this is the day to have it. All right, you're going to come across fluently. You're going to come across with dignity, self-respect, and knowing your worth, and being able to bring that out to whoever is listening on this day. So, and then of course, all of these planets here, or aspects, They will also be enlightened with a new moon in this area. So this is definitely going to be, you know, not just setting it up for this month, but for an entire year to come. So it is a blessed month, Virgo. I am really excited for you. So do go listen to your partner's sun sign just to see what's coming in for him or her. Because the good news for you in your chart, which is basically the 12th and the 3rd house, you will see which areas it will fall in his or her chart and how that will correlate with you. Okay? And also, of course, your moon and rising sign. Good news waiting for you here this month as well. So have a wonderful August. Looking forward to see you in September, which then will be your birth month. Have a good one.